What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to talk to you guys about the universe we all know and love, Warhammer 40K. So recently, the Psychic Awakening has been released with the rules for the Tau, the Gene Stealer cults, and the Astra Militarum. There's a lot of confusion because prior to this, it was stated that the Tau were currently fighting the Death Guard. And Shadowsun herself sent out a kind of like a distress signal saying that their ships were badly damaged, that they were fighting a war of attrition, that they were losing, and that they needed backup. And after this, that whole story just stopped. Nothing was said as to what happened. They were fighting Nurgle Chaos Marines and Nurgle Demons and whatnot. And then for some reason, it switched over to the Tau fighting the Astra Militarum. And that's exactly what actually happened in the Greater Good Psychic Awakening. So, what does this mean? Because, is this going to continue when the Death Guard get their stuff in the Psychic Awakening narrative? Or is this just something that GW hiccuped on, kind of messed up? Who knows? But something about this is really cool because it shows you that the Tau might be fighting on two different fronts, which is weird because Shadowsun was in both. But anyway, there was another short story after that, right before the book came out, that said that there was a group of Gue'Vesa. Gue'Vesa are essentially the humans that have been indoctrinated and put into the military of the Greater Good, the Tau Empire. So they're humans, and they're fighting for the Tau. Most of the time, they still have their imperial teachings, but they're just kind of overwritten with Tau teachings, Fire Warrior caste teachings. So they still fight pretty well, I guess. They still know. It's not like they're lobotomized and used as drones or anything like that. They still keep their minds, they keep their personalities and everything. They're just indoctrinated into the army. And anyway, this little, I think it was a few paragraph narrative said that these guys were fighting against the Astra Militarum, and that's when the Gene Stealer cults popped out. So not only were they fighting against regular humans, now they're fighting against Xenos. They were stuck behind a exploded truck or something like that, and they were calling for backup, and that's when I believe it was either a Riptide or just a regular battlesuit dropped and fired, killing the Gene Stealer cults before them. So they were all, obviously the Gue'Vesa were happy. They're like, oh yeah, thanks, However, that's when the Tau, the battlesuit, fired on the Gue'Vesa team, killing the squad mates. I think it only left one person alive, and they kind of leave it obscured as to whether the Tau in the battlesuit didn't know if they were humans on the Tau side or humans on the Astra Militarum side. Because the Gue'Vesa, he was saying, hey, don't shoot, we're on your side, we're part of the Tau Empire, they're fighting for the greater good. And still, the Tau within the battlesuit continued to fire on that squad, killing him. Which is a little weird, because shortly after, he said this line. So actually, I was wrong. He didn't kill the other Gue'Vesa yet. The Gue'Vesa was in shock and asking, why is he firing upon them? And that's when the battlesuit pilot said that the greater good is sullied by your superstition. They must be purged so that they may be cleansed. This is not how Tau talk. At least, normally, this isn't how Tau talk. This sounds a lot more, how do I put it? A lot more chaotically possessed, purge the heretic, cleanse the mutant. which is very like anti-Xenos human talk. But again, it's a Tau saying this, so like what exactly is going on here? Have they been possessed by chaos, and now they're thinking the opposite? Purge the cleaned ones? I don't know. It's really interesting as to like what exactly is going on here, because again, so we know they've been fighting Nurgle. Well, I don't know if that gets retconned or not, because GW might have hiccuped on that one. But if they were fighting Nurgle, it could mean that those Tau have been infected, or somehow they've been taken control by Nurgle. So now they're Chaos Tau, and they're turning on their own. But nothing shows that that's what's happening, because obviously when Nurgle overtakes a person, they get all these disgusting like tentacles, or these weird like they get weird like boons and mutations, and it didn't seem like anything like this was happening. The other theory that I had is maybe they are the Tau that were going through the Startide Nexus during the 4th Sphere expansion, and they saw the Zechian stuff in the warp and came out, because we know for a fact that those Tau have been turning on the Auxillaries, such as the Kroot, the Vespid, and it got so bad that there was almost a civil war between the Kroot and the Tau because of those specific Tau that are firing and killing their own Auxillaries. So this sounds a lot more like that. Perhaps it is one of those Tau, and he saw the human Gue'Vesa, and he's like, oh, like, you need to be cleansed. You are not a pure Tau. So he's firing on them. I think that's it. I think that hits the money shot. I think that's the phrase. So I just wanted to share that. I will post the link to the article from the Warhammer community page, so you can get the overall gist, all the details and whatnot. It's not very long of a read, but it's really cool because it shows you exactly what's going on through the mind of a Gue'Vesa while they're fighting for the greater good. And it's funny because they're fighting against the Vostroyans, which are humans, so at any time they could be like, hey, we just joined the Tau to survive, we don't want to be part of the greater good anymore, and they could like join the Astra Militarum. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this. What exactly is going on here? What do you think happened between Shadow Sun and the Death Guard? Will we see that with the Death Guard and the new Psychic Awakening stuff? Or was it just GW messing up? If you did pick up the Psychic Awakening book, let me know what you thought about it. For all 3 factions, which one do you think got the best stuff? And which faction do you think got shafted? We are on to the Orcs, and I believe that's also going to include the Necrons. So, next Psychic Awakening seems to be pretty interesting. Can't wait for the reveal of the Gaskull model. That's going to be really cool, I think, because Gaskull is such a big name for the Orcs, so he's got to have something really badass. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Let me know your speculations down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you want to keep seeing videos like these, become a patron. Head on over to our Patreon page, where you guys can pledge a simple $1 a month so that we can bring you 40K content. If not, we understand, it's okay. By watching the videos, hitting that subscribe button, you're helping. And yeah, this has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you in the next one.